Okay, I think I've got it. Hey Pam, hey Carol, good to see you. Just had a couple little technology issues. Hey Melanie. Well, I've lost my comments. Just bear with me a moment, ladies. There we go. We're back. All right. Hey, girls. It's Thursday. Almost through this week. It has been a crazy week for me, and I'm glad the end of the week is almost here. Had a little problem with creativity, but we've figured it out. Tonight we're going to do 3 cards using the new products from the new catalog: Friendly Flamingo, Kangaroo and Company, and Oh Snap. So that's going to be fun. But before we get started, I wanted to share with you some goodies that I got in my mailbox this week. I've been sharing all my cards that I've been getting, so I wanted to continue on with that. First up, I have a beautiful card that I'm going to move this out of the way for a minute so you can see it. I got a beautiful card from my nephew in Calgary. Isn't that pretty? All this turquoise is foiling. And inside this card are some gorgeous photos of him and his family. Aren't those great? Love them. Pictures are always a good choice. Next up, I got this super cute card from my friend Loretta. Isn't that cute? And the snow is stickles. It's really glittery. Very, very pretty. Thanks, Loretta, if you're here. Next up, I got a beautiful card from my friend Terry. Isn't that pretty? With that poinsettia. And she put some of the red foil and some of the red velvet in there. Beautiful, beautiful. And next up, from my friend Shirley in Pinawa, this gorgeous Christmas card was in my mailbox today. Isn't that pretty? And then my friend Melanie made me a Christmas stocking. How cool is this? She just got a sewing machine and she made Christmas stockings. And inside is a little tube of hand cream. And that's sweet. That was a nice surprise. And the final item is a Christmas ornament that head office for my husband sent each employee a Christmas ornament, and they're made out of wood. Aren't they pretty? So there we have that. All right, let's get started. I'm going to do my spiel here. It's Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner and Shel Anderson Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shellscreativecorner.blogspot.com, and you can find me also on Facebook or YouTube. My cards are on Pinterest, Twitter, and Instagram as well. I can be reached by phone or email anytime. As usual, we are going to start out tonight with a tip. This is tip number 9. Every night I try to give you a tip, and I am going to give you a good one tonight. Tip number 9. Get yourself some mason jars, and I found these on Amazon, but you can in the summertime get them at the dollar store. These are called floral arranging lids, and you can put your baker's twine in these jars and just let the strings hang out the top, and it is wonderful, wonderful storage for your baker's twine. That is tip number 9. All right, let's get started. Are we ready? Like I said, I had some issues with creativity. I've been really crazily busy at work during the day. I've been putting in lots of hours and up early and home late. So I went to a sketch, and I found this sketch on the internet, and it looks a little complicated, but you know that nothing I do is. There's a few layers here, but we're going to break it down and go with it. Now, this is the cutting diagram. This is a 6x6 one-sheet wonder. This is going to make 2 cards. We're going to actually cut that together. So I am going to bring in my paper trimmer, and I just need to make sure that I'm in the camera here. All right, we're good. So I have chosen this piece of DSP, and this is from the Forever Greenery paper pack. And I'll just give you a quick, this is in the annual catalog. And I'm just going to pull some of this out and give a quick flip through for anybody who doesn't know it. Beautiful, beautiful greenery. Okay, so you'll find that in your annual catalog. All right, so we are going to cut this piece of paper. Now, our paper has direction, so you have to be careful when you do that. This sketch, this big piece here, this is your 3x4 piece here, okay? So you have to cut your paper according to the direction you want it to go. So I am going to go this way, and I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. Okay, pull that out of the way, and I'm going to cut this, and I cut it wrong. I know I did. I did cut it wrong. I'm going to pull in a different piece. I will use that for something else. We'll just go with a different pattern. All right, let's see if I don't do this wrong again. All right, my pattern is going to go this way. So I'm cutting this way, 4 inches. All right, let's do this again. I'm going to do it wrong again. There we go, 4 inches. And we're going to cut this at 3. Okay, that's those two. And now this one, we are going to cut into 1-inch strips. All right, and now these are going to be cut 1 by 4. And 1 by 4. All right. So there's the paper laid out as per the sketch. And I don't know how well you can see that sketch, so I'm going to pull it up. All right. Oh, I have these backwards. There we go. We have all our pieces. All right. We're going to pull in our kit. And I just changed this at the last moment. I had pre-cut some other ones, but I wanted to show you guys how to cut those papers. So I decided that we would cut the paper together. And I just have to pick all these pieces out. All right, so my card base, as you can tell, is basic black, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, and then we have matte. We're going to take one of each of these away because we're not going to need them. This makes 2 cards. So these are the 3 pieces that we're going to need for this card. All right. Okay, so now we need to layer these up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip these 2 long skinny ones this way. Okay, see where I'm going? And then this one will get matted on here. And I am going to bring in some Tombow. And that's the good thing about our DSP, is that it's 2-sided, and usually the 2 sides will coordinate. And I like the fact that you get 2 complete cards out of 1 6x6 piece of DSP. That's a bonus too. So we're just going to layer these up. And I've got another sample that I did. I will show you the other sample as well when we're done this card. And that way you'll be able to see 2 different ideas. I am going to use the same stamp set. All right, so here are our pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put adhesive only on 3/4 of this card, maybe a little bit right there. And oops, I almost put it on wrong. I am going to try to keep it top and bottom even, like so. And why I didn't put adhesive on this side is I need to be able to tuck this little piece in. So I'm just going to lift up on that. Went too far maybe. There we go. And tuck that little guy in there. Okay, now I can flip this. I got glue on my finger. And put a little bit of adhesive on here. And we'll press that down. Just like that. All right, now this guy is going to go over the top. There's our sketch that I'm following. And I know I did sketches on Tuesday night, and I apologize for doing them again, but I just had absolutely no creative mojo. I needed something to get me kicked off, to get me started. All right, so there we have that. Now I am going to bring in, I have chosen the Friendly Flamingo stamp set. And to save time, I have pre-stamped her, and I have fussy cutter, because I know you guys didn't want to see me fussy cut. It's time consuming, and I don't have my dies yet. So I went ahead and did it ahead of time. Now I just need to find my marker. No, not that one. There we go. That's light. There we go. I am using Flirty Flamingo, and I'm just going to pull my mat in here, and quickly I am going to color this. And this stamp is beautiful because, as you can see, there is texture in the stamp. And I really, really like that. I'm going to switch ends so this side goes faster. Bigger area, I can use a bigger tip. So you guys all getting excited for celebration? 2 weeks away. All right, and oh, sorry, this color is Dark Mango Melody. And I got a light Granny Apple Green just to put a little color on her eye. All right. Now I'm going to set those all aside for a minute, and we need to stamp a greeting. So I'm going to pull in this, and I'm going to grab a block, and I'm going to grab, actually I think I'm going to go grab my black ink this time, and we need a greeting. Just be you. How does that sound? Or maybe you're outstanding. I like that one too. You're outstanding. So I am just going to ink this stamp really well. And stamp that down. Okay. And now I'm going to bring in the double oval punch. This is a new item in the new catalog, and it has the scalloped oval and just the plain oval, so that you can layer your, you can make your 2 layers with 1 punch, which is what we're doing tonight. And I have a piece of black here to do my scalloped oval. Just like so. All right. And I am just going to grab a little bit of Tombow, and we will put this together. Isn't that cool? All right, now we get to bring our card back in. Guess we don't need that mat anymore. And we get to put our flamingo. And yes, those long skinny legs were difficult to fussy cut. As I was doing it, I was thinking of Carol. Carol doesn't like to fussy cut. She can do it and do it very well, but she doesn't like to. And when I was putting this card together, I was thinking of her when I was doing all that fussy cutting. All right, I want to bring that mango marker back in because those legs aren't dark enough for my liking. Maybe if I use the other end, it would be easier. Just layer it up a little more. That looks better. And now we're just going to grab a dimensional or two. If I can get them out of the container here. That's me, she says. Yep, that's you. All right. And I'm just going to put this one, about right there. You're outstanding. And my new favorite are these matte black dots. I am just absolutely addicted to these things. I can't say enough good things about them. They are a perfect embellishment. And I am going to be buying more because I know I'm going to be using a lot of these. And I am just popping a few of those around there like that. And that, my friends, is card number 1. And that is featuring the Flamingo, Friendly Flamingo from the new catalog. And there it is with the green and white background. And here's the one I did earlier with the black background. And that is from, what is the name of that? That's the, I can't remember the name of it. Holy moly. I don't have these new products. It is the True Love Designer Series paper that's in the new catalog. That's a black and white paper. And I mean, you could very easily color some of those if you wanted, but I wanted to try a black and white one. Okay, so there is card number 1. And if you want these sketches and these cutting things, just text me afterwards and I will gladly send them to you. And I guess this paper is for another time because I cut it wrong. Yes, you witnessed it here live. Okay. Card number 1. Now we're going to go on to card number 2. This is also a sketch card and another one sheet wonder. Okay, last one was horizontal. This one's going to be vertical. And we are going to use Kangaroo and Company. How cute is that stamp set? So I also used the well-written dies. This is from the annual catalog, and those are all those different word dies. And we're going to use some rhinestones. And we're going to use the Oh So Ombre 6x6 paper. This is a free choice during celebration. If you place a $60 order, you get to choose one item for free. This is one of those choices. And I'll give a flip through this as well so you can see all the gorgeous papers. All right, so we're going to cut this one together as well. I'm just going to set this stuff aside for just a minute and pull in my paper trimmer if I can find it. Okay, so this one here, we're going to take 2 3x3 sections. So I'm going to cut it this way 2 3x3 sections. Yeah, this way. Three by 3. All right, so there's those two. And now these two bottom sections are 1/2 inch by 3. So I'm going to do it on this side because it's easier for me to see. So there's 1/2 inch by 3 and another 1/2 inch by 3. Okay. And then these two are 1.5 by 5. All right. There's all our pieces. Not too difficult. All right, you see how that is? Now this is enough to make 2 cards. So you could make one all green and you could make one all purple. Just use both sides of your DSP. Okay? All right, now I need my card kit. What did I do with my card kit? Oh, right here. All right. We are not actually using these ones tonight. I just wanted to show you how to cut it, how easy it is to cut it. I'm just going to slide those pieces over there. I'll use those another time. I have a kit here all ready to go. And I have chosen Bermuda Bay. And I used that Oso Ombre paper. I just used a different pattern. This is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, standard card base. Okay, here's our sketch. Now we're going to have a white matte layer, and we're going to have a, no, wrong way too, Bermuda Bay. We're going to bring the Bermuda Bay this way, okay? And then we're going to have, so this is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4 is the white. This is our 1.5 by 5 inch piece that we cut from our One Sheet Wonder. This piece is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And this is our 3 by 3 piece that we cut. And then this is 3 1/4 by 3/4. And then this is our 1/2 inch by 3 piece. Okay? So when you break it down, it's not as scary looking as when you're looking at all those layers. Just follow the cutting instructions and just glue them together. And if you're wondering where I found these sketches, I just went to Google and, this time I went to Pinterest and said 6 by 6 card sketches. And these are the two that I chose. All right, just one more piece to put together. And then we can put it on our card front. Okay, so we're going to put this piece on first because it is the bottom layer. And I love the variation in this ombre paper, like it goes from dark to light. I just love that. And then we're going to put on this piece. And just when you put it together, just look at the sketch and see how the sketch is laid out. And I mean, you can totally change it up if you so desire. You can flip the sketch this way. There's nothing saying you can't do that. Your card, your way. And yes, I realize I'm sitting here laughing at myself because I keep flipping. I've got two bottles of glue, the Tombow bottle and then the Tombow in the little bottle, and I just keep grabbing a different one. You guys must think I'm crazy. All right, so there we are. There is our card per the sketch. Okay, so now I'm going to move this out of the way. Now the fun part is the decorating. So I have, yes, I had to fussy cut this as well because I don't have my dies yet. And I noticed that I did not cut Mama's pouch. So, oops, I better not do that on there. If I cut my mat, I would not be a happy camper, would I? So I am just going to bring this in and cut a slit in Mama's pouch so that we can put baby inside. All right. I think we're cut through. Yep, we are. All right. Sorry about that little detour. I didn't realize I hadn't cut that. Okay, so now we get to bring in some markers, and I chose light and dark gray granite and dark Rococo rose. This is Rococo rose in the paper. So I thought that I would just make their little noses Rococo rose. And I'm going to use the broad tip of the light gray granite. And I have another sample of this card that I'm going to show you in a bit. And I am coloring this mama the opposite of what I did on the other card, just to see what it looks like. And I'm just coloring with my alcohol markers in little circles. Everybody has their own style. I like circles. And really, I don't think there's any right or wrong way with an alcohol marker because you don't have any lines. And our markers come with a dark and a light shade. So it makes color coordination super, super easy. And I'm just basic coloring these. I'm not spending any time doing any shading. But if you so desire, we do have the two different shades of each color. So you could very easily put some shading in. And I'm just layering a little bit of more color on here because this light gray granite is quite light. And as you can tell, the dark gray granite is much darker. I could have chosen smoky slate, but this was just the one I grabbed. All right, so now we just have to take baby. And I left this long. I'm going to have to cut some of that off, but I just wanted a nice piece that I could fit down into this pouch. Oh, I'm going to cut his tail off. I don't think we need his tail in this pouch. And we're just going to poke him down in there just so his little head's popping out. So I need to snip a little bit more off. And I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of Tombow on that piece, and I'm just going to glue him to the back of Mom. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the back of his head, and we'll just glue him right to her chest. Isn't that cute? Super, super cute. All right. Bringing our card back in. Isn't that sweet? What, Carol? Gee, Shel, what? What did I miss? What did I miss? Tell me, tell me. Okay, so this word is baby, and that is a die from the Well-Written dies. And I cut it out in the Bermuda Bay. And then I glued it to a piece of Rococo Rose scrap. And then I fussy cut around it. And I am going to glue Mama Kangaroo right flat. Alrighty. How stinking cute is this? And then in this die set, the Well-Written die set, there were some butterflies. So I cut a little butterfly, because I just cut this out of the edges of this die when I cut it out, the leftovers. And I thought, we'll just use that as a little embellishment. Super cute, super cute. But it's going to be even cuter once we get some rhinestones on here. So I'm going to cut, yes, these rhinestones are old, because these ones are the ones that are attached in a string. You can believe that. And I am going to cut 3 to put on. Oh, I need my tool here to help me out. Well, there we go. So we have that, and then I'm going to go and take some of these big ones, and I'm going to put, how about one in that dot? And how about one up here? And one down here. There we go. Stinking cute. So we have this one, and then here's the one I did earlier, and I colored it the opposite. I put the dark on Mama here and the light on Mama here. And I did one in the Bermuda Bay and one in the Rococo Rose. So now I'm ready when somebody has a baby. So that, my friends, is card number 2. And I have one more for you tonight, if you can believe that one. I snuck one more in here just because I can. And I thought you wanted to see another new product. So let me pull some things out. This one is a very, very simple card. It's not going to take us any time to do this card. This is using another super cute stamp set called Oh Snap. And the greetings on this just make me laugh like crazy. So we are going to use that. And there's no die with this stamp set, so I pre-stamped him, and I pre-stamped him on Granny Apple Green, and then I colored him with a dark Old Olive on top of the Granny Apple Green. Okay, so there is our crocodile. But then I had the problem that his teeth were green, and I thought, boy, he has very poor dental hygiene. So I brought in my Stampin' chalk marker, and that made really quick work of making his teeth nice and white again. And our card base tonight is basic black, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then just because I wanted something bright, I found this piece of Magenta Madness in my scrap bin. So I said, that'll do. I don't need to cut any more cardstock. But why don't we add a little bit of texture to this? So I thought I'll just bring in my little guy here and Baby Boss, and we will get him. All right, I just need to get my right plate here. Dies, folders. Okay, so I think I got this right. I have chosen wrapped in texture, and this is a very small pattern on this folder. So I am just going to pop this in the folder, put it between my two plates, and if I have my sandwich right, we will be golden. Let's see what happens here. No, that does not feel right. Standard embossing folder. It should be right, but it's not. All right, let's back this up. Back it up. That's what it's telling me. Maybe I just need one plate. Let's try that. No, that's way too easy. This is too thick. Well, all right. We'll figure it out yet. Let's try this. And I know that's not going to work. When all else fails, we will read the instructions. Let's try this one then. I have an extra plate. There we go. That feels better. I had too thick of a plate in there. All right. Yes, this machine comes with these 3 plates and your cutting pads. So one way or the other, we would get the correct sandwich. Thought I was going to have to break down and read the instructions. Yes, Baby Boss. Check out that gorgeous texture. Isn't that pretty? And of course, the color helps lots. So we're going to bring in our card. I didn't want my alligator or crocodile or whatever it is to get lost in this. I'm thinking whether I should flag the bottom, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. And I am just going to walk the Tombow to the back of it. And we're just going to lay this down in the middle as best we can. Oops. Like so. There we go. Now I have put dimensionals on the back of this guy because I knew I wanted him popped up, and I thought it would save time if I put him on first. Oh, I think I need my tool here because these ones are little. Well, sir, this little one's giving me grief. We had another crisis tonight. Miss Molly got in behind my computer and pulled the cord out again, and I had no internet at 6:30. So we had to replace the cord so that she can't rip it out anymore. I'm going to put this guy down at the bottom and off the side. Oh, doesn't that magenta just make them pop? All right, now, oh, I've got something popping up on my screen here. Let's get this out of here. There we go. Okay, so now there's tons and tons and tons of greetings on here. Oh snap, in a wild crocodile, jungle wishes and crocodile kisses, you crock my world, sending a big smile, it's your birthday, hello friend, sorry I snapped at you. Well, I like that, sorry I snapped at you. You know, sometimes we do that. We don't mean to be snappish, like things are going on in everybody's lives. And yeah, I'll probably be able to use this card because I'm guilty of that. Sometimes I snap and then I went, as soon as the words are out of my mouth, it's like, oh, Shelley, why did you do that? Why did you say that? So I'll probably be able to use this. And what I did is I stamped it in black ink on the Granny Apple Green. And then I punched it out with this punch. Okay? And then, let me find a piece of black here. I'll show you how I did the mat because I used the same punch. Okay, so there's the same punch, but it's exactly the same size as my greeting. Okay, and I'm going to show you how I did that just in case you don't know. You get in here and get another punch, and I'll show you what I did. Okay, so I took my big pair of scissors and I cut it in half this way. And then I took these scissors and I cut it in half this way. So what I did is I laid these down here and I put a little bit of glue on each side. And I laid this green piece on this way. And then once those were on the back side, I just did this. Okay? So that allowed me to put a black border all the way around that. And I'm just going to grab some dimensionals and we're going to pop that on the front. That's just a little trick for making your punches go farther. And basically, with punches, you're basically using scrap anyway. I don't think I've ever cut a full piece of cardstock. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but it would be very rarely that I've cut a full piece of cardstock to do a punch. All right, now we need a little blingy blingy on there. Let's see what we can find. I'm thinking in my box of tricks here, I should have thinking of something here. I've got these little white dots. Those would be nice. But that's not what I'm thinking. If I can find them. There they are. I was thinking that maybe we could use these in color enamel dots in the magenta. What do you think about those? Those look like they might be okay. And I'll just put 3 of these on the black area. Oh, I don't have one. And right in his mouth. And we'll pop those in there. All right, let's get this mess out of the way so you can have a look. So there is our Oh Snap card. And of course, I'm going to have to put my insides in there and stuff and get my labels on the back, but you get the gist of it. And there is our One Sheet Wonder with a sketch. And here is another One Sheet Wonder. I just used one piece of each one with another sketch. So if you would like to have the sketches for these cards, send me a text and I will happily send them to you so that you can use them to create something for yourself. I thank you so very much for joining me tonight. I will be back again Saturday morning at 10:30. And I'm not sure what we're doing on Saturday yet, but I promise you it will not be a sketch card. All right. I will talk to you all very, very soon. Thank you so very much. Bye-bye for now.